Alrighty. Morning, everyone. All right, let me get caught up on YouTube since we don't have any chats in the Google Meets. Morning, Prashant. Morning, Cyrus. Good morning, Cal. And congratulations. Thank you. I assume it's about the baby. Sal, good morning. Top of the morning. Edison, good morning. Juan, good morning. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Michael, welcome back, partner. Congrats again. Happy for you. Is this your first kid? It is. Yep, we're extremely excited. He's wiggling all over. We're pumped. Chance said, hope all is well with the fam, bro. You as well. Welcome back. Thank you. Morning. So, YouTube, as you can tell, I have a camera on now. I have switched from Streamlabs to actual OBS, and I don't have room really for a green screen, so I just have a camera blur application. If it's too blurry, let me know, and I can just take off the blur, but kind of just helps keep it clean background. But we are on regular OBS, so if there's any nuances, please let me know. As you can see, I was able to add the not financial advice down here. Please read description, so make sure you do that if you haven't already. Yeah, that should get us caught up. Cal said, is that a Ohio State shirt? It's not. It's a Buckeye Fitness shirt. It's where I go to my gym, but I am an Ohio State fan for sure. Also, both Google Meets and YouTube, you're a little delayed, so you'll hear this in a bit. But I will be live on on Twitter Spaces, so I'll just randomly mute and then unmute. So he's inevitably going to ask me what I'm looking for, so we're just going to wait for that. Pretty much, futures PD arrays all above us. Swings are up today. Got a alert here at Nike. Nike weekly 212 up. Hit PT here. Probably not interested. 212 up could have been interesting. All right, I'm unmuting, guys. Hey, Wolf. I'm as far as NQ goes. There's a ton of PD arrays above us. So PD arrays, for those who don't trade ICT are just either fair value gaps or order blocks or breaker blocks or anything that price could react to. It's mostly fair value gaps above us from last week's move. We do have a fair value gap from 15,374.5 all the way down to 15,340. So about a 30-point fair value gap that we already bounced off of at 8:35. So when news came out. So my bias right now, I mean, there is some downside here, but it's been a pretty balanced bull move. So I'd be probably looking to go long for the trend, but that doesn't mean I can't go short for the little pops. But then I just got a trigger on Nike for it hit PT1 for a weekly swing, but probably not interested in adding anything there. Alrighty. Yeah, if I can interrupt the I was just about to draw a fib for ES. So 4404 on ES is a fair value gap. So that's right, we're pretty much entering it right now. That's kind of the level to watch on ES. Anything under that, I'd be looking for a long if we're gonna go switch trends. And then on NQ, the 50 level is at 15,350, which is also in a fair value gap. So if you're smart money and you want to buy at a discount, it's going to be below those two areas if you're going to want to get into a long with a bigger portfolio. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to see. All right. Um, Michael said, Jesse, how many? Let me make sure you guys can't hear this. Just going to mute the Twitter spaces for you guys. Easy answer, XDS. Yes, I do. Michael, how many pips are in a point? You get conflicting answers because it just, it's going to vary. Most people, like, if you're trading on, the reason is if you're trading on a forex broker and trading a CFD, there's going to be 10 pips or 10 pips, I guess, in 1 point. So 1 point is 100 pips. Or sorry, I said that backwards. 10 pips is 100 points, but it's a nuance. For futures, it is every 25 cents is a tick, and there's 4 ticks in a point. Chance. Wait, what's the correct abbreviation for NQ and ES for Tradeovate? It's whatever contract we're on. Let's see what that is. We're on Z's right now. NQZ. ESZ. Michael, that is you mean well, but that's wrong. NQ is not ESZ. It is NQZ. You fixed it. NQ is not ES. Funny, funny. We're in a daily order block here. We're getting real close to a monthly 2 up. Not really interested in anything here. Looks like we're popping into that fair value gap to go lower. When you're looking at price, the most important question you can ask yourself is where are we going and how do we get there? Where are we going? Probably long. How do we get there? If we don't have enough momentum here, which I don't think we will, I think we're going short to go long. It's going to be an important piece to figure out here. ES is bouncing off that fair value gap. Just watching here. Oil and gold should not be going the same direction. Dixie's still increasing. Euro USD is still following. Failed 2 up on the 1 minute here on NQ. Outside bar on the 15. That's our first 15-minute candle of the open. So far, the 5 minute is telling us a short story. 1 minute just reached sell side liquidity. Ruben, Wicked, why aren't you in? Oh wait, no, that's whiskey. Never mind. Whiskey isn't there. Wicked said Tesla just dumped. Ruben, hey, when do you buy bid or market? I buy market always, or I enter with market almost always. I'm actually probably gonna wait to go long here. I really don't think that I'm interested in going long, or I'm not interested in going short. I am interested in going long for sure. Baba calls are killing me on the back end here. I'm down 9%. Baba and Baba's the only one that's down. Cisco's break even. Should probably. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Costco just triggered on the daily 212 up. GameStop triggered 212 down. Amazon triggered on the weekly 212 up. I like that actually. Palantir. Let me look up a Amazon swing. Um, would be targeting 141. Give me 1 second, Mustafa. I gotta get this alert out, and then I will answer that. A lot of people give me notes about how I am calm during training. All right, 2.11 is my fill. Alrighty. Hi, Jesse. Have you ever been so calm while trading? If not, what techniques you use to get calmer? I get very anxious at like a tip or two. Um, Number one, at the root of it all, if you're anxious while you're trading or you're nervous while you're trading, you're either emotionally attached to the money, which happens to me even today, um, or you are sized way too heavy, which doesn't usually happen for me. Um, Full transparency, my struggle these days are that I get like, I kind of spend the profits that I make before I actually spend them. So when I lose those, it hurts more than when I win. So um, in that case, if you're struggling with something similar, the answer is you just need to stop spending the money in your head and just trade to trade, and then take a payout, or withdraw. Depends on the accounts. Um, but um, if you're still just struggling with trading in general emotionally, it's just a journey you have to get over. If a big thing you can do is when you take a loss, take a walk. That's one of my biggest, encouragements to anybody who's starting trading. It just lets you renew your mindset and then stops you from revenge trading. But nobody's ever going to be perfect in their trading. That's something I've learned while I'm, trading close to these while I'm trading close to these other analysts that I've looked up to for a while, is that they're not perfect either. They have their own struggles. So don't put me or anybody else on a pedestal while we're trading. You're never going to have it all together. It's just about, making those mistakes smaller, and one of those mistakes is emotional trading. So if you are emotional trading, look into what the reason is, why, and then try your best to figure out how to stop that. um Wicked said call on Tesla. 212 up. What's full time frame? It's still down. You don't have daily full time frame. Closed, but All right, nothing really to do yet. My money absolutely will not be at risk right here. Michael said, revenge trading does not work. OMG, when I take a loss, I close my laptop, reset, come back in 15 to 20 minutes. Yep. I have I have almost never made a good trade if if I know that I'm revenge trading. Just good luck, you know. I'm thinking about going short. No. You mean like make it pretty much look like gaps and such? Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad way to do it because look how little we missed. Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. That'd be something I will backtest. It makes sense. I mean, overnight doesn't have the volume to really um, set levels. You know what I mean? So it's more. I think it's probably more respecting levels, but all depends. It'll tell you where liquidity is, the electronic, but something to test for sure. Yep. That's what I have for a 15-minute fair value gap from yesterday's power hour. Mustafa, I don't know if I'll trade tomorrow. TBD. Nick said, "Pretty please." It's possible. 92 people watching on YouTube. YouTube, thanks for coming out and watching. If you haven't already, please leave a like and make sure you're subscribed so that when I do these again, you'll see them without me having to send a message. Wicked said AMD above 110 for calls. I am in AMD calls longs. They're up 17%. Make sure I have. Oh, I don't have an alert here. 111's the next PT. And still no nothing to do. I was ready to go short down here, but I wanted to see it break these lows at 66, 67. Do you remember your best trading day? How much you've made in a percent? How do I put it into a percent? On one account, like per account. Well, I'll do futures, but I want to say like 7% per account. I don't generally go after 7%. I usually am cutting and walking away for a good reason. I really want it to go down to like 15,350, then give me a long trigger. That's kind of just the best setup I could imagine right now. Right now, I'm scared to go short until we like hold over 15,429. Yes is under the golden zone. It's in an order block right now, but look at that. MQ shot right back up. Riley said, I'm looking at 15,300 for an NQ short. Short target. Yeah, I could see that. Yep. Too late to get in on AMD. I don't know, probably. And Agit said today's semis are in strength. Look at AMD. Yeah, I think I got an AMD on Tuesday for a long. Not sure. Michael said, just curious. I think you say 100-point move is 50%. The other guy on Wall Street, Prophet said it's 100%. I know, a random question. These are the stupid things that keep me up at night. It's because he is doing a 10-point stop. And mine are 20. But I used to do a 10-point stop, but then I realized that they kind of inflate your numbers, and I make a lot more money when I do larger stops, and percentages don't. I mean, the money matters, not the percentage. The points captured. Theoretically, you could risk more with a 10% or a 10-point stop, but you know, it's a lot more risky. So I do 20s. All right, maybe change a character here on. So now we have a change of character. I'd like to see it come down. Um, I think anything short here is pretty risky. Anything long until we can hold over that fair value gap created by the news, which is 15,429.5. Any longs are risky. I am looking for a long, but I'd like to see it come down and test 15,400 first. Cold cuts, yeah, I do. My favorite pastime with the paper is to buy at your stop loss. So these are all up 20%. I've got Roblox, which hit PT1. Tesla, which is inside day, hit PT, hits not hit PT yet. AMD has almost hit PT. It's technically hit PT1, but I'm still holding. Google is way above PT1. That's in the money now. Amazon just opened. That's already up 12%. PT1's at 140. That dash line here, 145.9. Cisco's in drawdown now, down 3.29%. Those are calls, and Baba is also in drawdown. Those are calls. I like both of those though. Monthly's red. I don't love that, but let's see. We might not come back for that pullback. I might trade ES here. All right, I'm in ES long. I'm in ES long. Getting the average here. Probably looking 5-point stop. Hold under 5 points. I think this is the highest risk to reward trade here. Only thing spooky is this 15-minute fair value gap. But I'm expecting this to not retrace a ton, so we're in step 1 of a fair value gap here. I'm in SPY and Q calls. Only thing spooky is if this needs to retrace after NQs, because ES might not need to retrace, but it will with NQ. So I've got a 5-point stop. I might make that a hard stop and then re-enter if we reject off that fair value gap. It's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that a hard 5-point stop. Alrighty. So NQ is probably retracing. Yeah. It's fair value gap here. 15,416 is kind of the one I'm watching on NQ. I'm watching ES on my other chart, just trying to find this SMT divergence if it's there. See if ES starts to lead the charge for NQ now. And NQ can go all the way down to 15,400 and be fine, even down to 15,396. So, down point and a quarter on ES. All right, now let's see a new high. I am in longs, Margaret. Stacked equity at 44.10 area. Yeah. Could be waiting 3 minutes for this 5 minute inside bar. If it closes inside, I'd feel okay staying in here, but at break even now on ES. See if we can go 2-1-2 up on the 5. Obviously, the big test is going to be a 15-minute close over this fair value gap at 44.09. ES is looking like a better long right now. But, or sorry, NQ is looking like a better long. ES has more room to go though. NQ's at high of day. ES has 25 points until then. So just playing that little delta move ish. Closing a 5 minute inside here on NQ. Cyrus, yes, all my calls and puts are zero, or they're just the closest expiration. So if I alert like a Tesla call right now, it's going to be Friday's expiration. Agent, you take decision based on 5 minute chart. Kind of all three of these: 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute. My PT for ES is 1R, 2R, 4R, 7R, 10R. So ultimately, I'd like to be up, 50 points. We'll see if I can get that. Big trims on SPY and Qs. 1R on ES. Stop loss break even on ES. I'm taking a trim on ES at 5 points. 1R. This is disgusting price action, just so everybody's on the same page here. I got stopped at break even. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah, it could be Fed talking. The 1 minute or the ES just tapped a 1 minute fair value gap right that we created at 9:30. So that could be a technical level. I don't have any news out on my filter at all. I think they're all on the Twitter space. They're all just talking about how they think Fed speakers are doing this. I don't think that's the case. I think it's that 1 minute fair value gap, Taylor. It, I mean, also, yeah. Also, the close. I mean, you're going to have manipulation on the 15-minute close. So, all right. Shopify just popped up on the scanner. Not interested. Yeah, ditto that. Thanks, Wolf. See you guys. All right, just leaving the Twitter Spaces. I'm still staying on for trading. No, I'm all out, Cal, on my longs. Cold Cut says, so when you hit your PT1, do you always do stop loss break even? Absolutely. So far, we're staying in this 1 hour or 1 minute fair value gap. Rejecting off this fair value gap on the 1 minute on ES as well. This is just a watching day right now for me. Not incredibly clean price action at all. JC said, thanks. I entered on ES and exit at VWAP 44.10. Nice job. Nat, can you share how do you manage your position and sizing? I've gone over this a ton, so I'm not gonna go super in depth because you can watch yesterday's video. I went into it a good amount there, but it's generally about 10 to 20% of my trailing, whatever my drawdown is. So if I'm given a $5,000 drawdown, I'm risking about $500 to $1,000 to trade. Cal said, great advice. I don't give advice, Mr. SEC. Nice try, Obama. There's a nasty short. Not really clean at all. Might be looking short though. Finger on the trigger to go short. Expecting to break through and hold under this fair value gap. And maybe targeting low day. It's a risky one. Actually, maybe even want to see us go up here. Liquidity back at the 44.10 area. Are you just reading book map there, Brian? Curious to see how price reacts to that 1 minute fair value gap. If we hold over that, then I'm no longer short biased. All right, we did hold under it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. I wonder how it does with higher time frames. Yeah. Right. Hmm.
What SPX trades after, but SPY and all that can't trade outside of regular trading hours, so I don't know if it has something to do with the volume and liquidity there as well.
Yeah. I am putting a short stop, sell stop at 417.75. So I am triggered in now. That's not a candle I want to see after I get triggered in. See if this respects that 1 minute fair value gap. That's kind of what I was playing there, and the failed 2 on the 5. Only thing not in my favor was the 15, but not too worried about a loss here if that's what happens, but that will be the last one here, so I'll just go 1 for 2 today. Pretty much a break even day. Between scalping, I'm a little green even with the drawdown, but it's been pretty nasty. No trend yet. ES looks great for a short as well. Off that 15-minute short. Almost at break even again. I think ES needs to drop before NQ will. We shall see. As long as this 1 minute fair value gap's respected with the bodies, I think it's a valid short still.
ES is also about to hit the 2-2 reversal entry on the 15.
Oh, it already hit the 2-2 reversal on the 15.
Oh,
ES.
at the wrong thing.
Yeah, ES hit that. The failed 2 up into a 2 down. NQ also did, but NQ's a failed 2 right now. NQ needs to get pretty much to where I'm at break even to be not a failed 2. So really I did get in with full time frame, other than, high time frames, but we'll see. They pulled the order at 44.10, Brian said. Inside bar on the 5, which I like because I'll either get stopped out above an inside bar or I will get continuation of a 2-1-2 down. Both are good for me. There's the big drop. Sitting at 10 points here. 12. First trim's at 20. There's PT1. 20 points. Man, if this goes up and stops me out at break even, we're going to have some problems. I might hold through this fair value gap. Still holding for now. Hard stop is above this candle's high. 27. All right, I'm all out. Why did somebody say DOA?
Yeah, I don't know if you have time to take a look at it, but like looking at the 5 minute on NQ with the or MNQ, I know there's a little bit of a discrepancy between the two. Um, I've noticed that once it does create a nice gap on the 5 minute, it tests it, and then I don't consider the way I was looking at it was I didn't consider it reaching PT until it cleared the recent level that was created. So like it came down and it touched that 5 minute gap, and then it went for that clear of liquidity above high a day. It just bounced. It came through that next fair value gap, and it just touched the lower one on the 5 minute, and now it's like it's pushing for that reach above liquidity again.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting right around 438. So I don't know if that's where it's reaching, but it's respecting this gap again, this bearish gap.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna enter anything, but I can see what you mean. Let me tinker with this for a sec.
So I mean, technically, I feel like this would have to clear 15,438.75 before it fulfills the pressure created by that gap we just bounced off of on the 5 minute. And once we cleared that liquidity, I would be looking short all the way back down to that level I was saying earlier, which is 15,348. But I think we would have to clear above 15,438.75 before that move down would actually happen.
And that's off what time frame?
That's on the 5 minute, and I'm looking at MNQ just to be specific as possible. It just does a really good job of respecting those 5 minutes, and when it does respect it, it clears the liquidity that was created from the recent high or low, depending
Yeah.
on which direction we're going. And then it reaches down for the next significant one. So you can see the first one we bounced off of was the break of structure gap, and then the one we're bouncing off of now, it's also a break of structure. It's just a smaller one. You can see where we broke that
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth candle on the 5 minute, how it created that short term high.
Mm-hmm.
The gap we just bounced off of was the breaker structure on that high.
Right.
And it's respecting the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'd be looking longs here after that.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stop going up until we clear that 15,438.75, and then it might catch buying pressure and clear the whole day. I don't know.
We already closed over this fair value gap on the 5 with several candle closes, so I think that's invalidated. We've pretty much held this fair value gap on the 5, and this one obviously is the one that pushed us up.
Right.
So
Yeah, at the bare minimum, I'd be bullish for another 10 points.
yeah.
Bullish another 10 points at the minimum.
Whiskey said this PA makes me want to puke. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm done with it. Huey said, seriously, this is tough. This is tough for me to trade. Break even on a day after 3 trades. Yeah, break even's better than a loss, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, 4 for 4 this week on options. So not a lot of trades, but also not a lot of losing. So I'll take that any day. Let me get caught up here on the old recaps. And swings, I need to update. I got Tesla. I have Google. I need to find out. Brian said, "Do you ever look at Bookmap?" Used to. I think it's a distraction for me now. Some people use it really well. I just am not one of those people. There's too much going on. I just like to look at price action itself. 43.92 liquidity now. Gotcha. Mario, what are those fib levels on your chart based on? If they're the Expo tool, can you show me the settings? No, they're a manual fib. I don't use the auto fib on my tool, but it's just a fib from the low of yesterday to the high of today. So really the high would be here. So I'd be probably looking to go long under 15,357 and looking to go short. I mean, really up until then, maybe. Hard to say. I mean, we haven't been this high up for a long, long time. As in, like, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. So, Guru said, really want to see the 15,366 break on NQ. Yeah, crazy price action, as in making me crazy. No bueno price action. Yeah, you're clear to go short pretty much any time now. I'm just not a fan. Did bounce as the 61.8. Not sure what 61.8 you're drawing, but not for me. My 61.8's like way down. 15 with 15,334. So no bueno. That is correct. All right. Well, that's gonna end it for me. I'm not making any more trades. This is disgusting price action. So if you're gonna keep trading, use stop losses. Don't blow your account one trade. That's silly. YouTube, thanks for coming out as always. Please leave a like if you did enjoy, and maybe I'll make some incentive for me to come out tomorrow. We'll see. TBD. Yep. You too, Taylor. Good seeing you again. All right, YouTube, have a great, or Google, have a great rest of your day. I will see you all here in the server chat. If you need me for anything, just shoot me a ping. So, see you guys. Have a good one.